Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I'm driving home from work. It is Monday night. Little Monday night football action. There's a double dose. I got to get home. I still have to figure out. There's going to be two games, and they're not doing like the West Coast, East Coast. They are starting an hour different, but normally Monday Night Football is on ESPN. How is ESPN going to have two games? Are they using like ESPN and ESPN2? Are they going to have a game on ABC and a game on ESPN? I don't know. We'll have to figure out how the heck they're able to do this. There's no way they're doing like a whole like split screen for the whole deal. But I am very still upset about the Rams game. I'm not hitting the panic alarm. I understand there's a lot of injuries. I don't want to use the injuries. But the Niners got to figure a way to plug the hole. I heard Shanahan basically say that he takes a little bit of a blame for the play calling coming out of halftime. He basically feels that there was a time that they could have put the game away, and that's not sort of the strategy that they went with. I can get a feel for this team right here. It reminds me a lot of the bad teams from 5-6 years ago, where the Niners would basically come out and have a really good first half. They would go into halftime and they would hit the snooze. And they were not a third quarter, they were not a fourth quarter team. We need to find a way that we've been the last 4 years, where it's basically like we give teams a chance in the first half. We figure our shit out at halftime. We basically make our play calling, and we come out and we dominate the third and fourth quarter. That is the football team that I need. If they got to go home, if they got to go lock themselves in their closet, and they got to count to 10, and they got to come out. That's the Niner team that I want to see emerge from the closet situation right there. I want to see the team that takes over the second half. Niners, I keep thinking about the pass that Drake Bell dropped. A lot of people I hear blaming Moody. I don't blame Moody. I don't want to put 100% because that's not the kind of guy that I am. But I know a lot like the Eagles game last week with Saquon Barkley dropping that third down pass. A lot of a lot of what happened, especially with the Moody kick, doesn't happen if Drake catches that ball. And he was in coverage, but the ball hit him in the hands. It didn't hit him in the chest. It didn't hit him anywhere else. That was a very catchable ball, and I don't know if he's just never really been in that situation as a 49er. He hasn't got a chance like that since he was in college. He was a really, really good wide receiver. That's why we drafted him. But we've never really put him in a situation to drop a ball, to catch a ball that was, on 100 like that. I still love Moody. He's my guy. He's a second-year guy. He's going to miss a kick here and there along the way. But man, oh man. And then the one thing that I keep talking about, and people keep looking at me like I'm crazy, I watched the we're going to catch the ball and we're going to flip it around the football field to run out the time and hopefully find a way to get into the end zone. I don't know who it was that made the last lateral that basically pitched the ball to, he was trying to get it to Brandon Ayuk. To me at least, the softball coach in me, which does not make a lot of sense here, but people, who play baseball and things like that, know that, you turn with your glove hand to make the throw, so you're already lined up to see what's going on. You don't want to turn your opposite direction. You don't want to, turn with your throwing arm. Then you have to completely stop, pivot, and throw again. It's a waste of time. He turned around the long way to find Ayuk. He never saw Jennings. Jennings was closer to him. He was 2 steps, if not a step ahead of Brandon Ayuk. And if he makes that pivot to make that shovel, there was nobody. There was nobody in his zip code. There was nobody in front of him. I watched that thing like 4 times, and I was sad every single time, but I knew that we were that close to a Music City Miracle. We were that close to the band running on the field, like the game with Cal and Stanford. I mean, if we would have done that, that would have been a highlight we saw for the rest of the time. Scrap that. 1 and 2 is what it is. Sunday, 1 o'clock, we're going to play the Patriots. And that's bad news for the Patriots. We got to figure out what's going on with them at quarterback. Drake May, had his first sights of coming in the game. Jacoby Brissett, really, really good backup. He had that really good year with Indy. Wasn't Jacoby Brissett an original backup in New England? I guess I never really put that together until right now. I think he was in New England, and then I think when not Manning, but when dude got hurt in Indy, I think he got traded there, and that's where he started. And I think he had a pretty good year filling in. But it's just not really working right now. So it looks like maybe Drake May is going to be the guy. If he comes in and he gets his first start, we got to make sure that we're not, bulletin board material, that he's getting that first surprise start, and we're going to catch him offhand. I thought, honestly, the defense played well. It was nice to have Avunga out there. Missing him since week 11 last year. I really look at him like he's like a heart of our defense and really big help to our secondary. We're going to have to check the injury report. Of course, we know that Deebo Samuel's not going to be playing. Hopefully we can get to a point where Kittle can say he's good to go. But, Bosa played, Ward played. Injured last week. They were kind of like almost like a game time decision. If not, it was made in the morning that they were going to play. We got to see if they're not more hurt from playing another game, if that makes sense, and going out there. Bosa had a hell of a game. He had that stripped sack where the Niners were able to get the ball back. At one point, it really looked like they were cruising. And they ended up with a bruising. I bruised my finger messing around with the turkeys today on my hand. But it's pretty good. I can't see it anymore. But I damaged my middle finger. I don't know what it is. Sort of smashed it between the cart, the turkey, and the box. It sucked. But, hey, we know that we're not going to have Christian McCaffrey. We know we're not going to have Deebo. Let's not make excuses. Let's find a way to put the ball in the hands of Brandon Ayuk. I think I have Brandon Ayuk got too many headlines this offseason that people basically are saying they're not going to let him beat them. And they're finding a way to take the ball out of his hands. He hasn't really had a big catch all season, and we need to find a way to get it done. Hats off to Juan Jennings. He keeps finding a way to surprise teams. He had his best game since the Super Bowl, where he should have been the Super Bowl MVP, where he threw the opening touchdown pass, and then he ended up catching one later in the, I want to say it was the third quarter. It might have been the fourth, but he caught it in the second half. And, man, if the Niners could have held on and won that game, he would have been Super Bowl MVP, no doubt in my mind. And now, I ain't gonna flabbergast you and fill you up with a whole bunch of lies. If it's not talking about Jacoby Brissett and Drake May, I don't know a lot about the New England Patriots. I know that they haven't been playing well. I don't even know if they've won a football game this year, if they're going to be coming in 0-3 or not. I know they lost to the Jets. And I want to say I saw them last... No, they played on Thursday. It was New England and the Jets. That was the Thursday game, so they didn't play yesterday. So I did see New England, and I didn't retain anything from that team at all. So, I don't know. All I know is the Niners got to play different. They got to find a way to get it done. Win, lose, or draw this season is not over, but you don't normally find the San Francisco 49ers sitting at the last place in the NFC West. Seahawks are finding a way to get it done. I'll tell you the truth. I continue to find a way to bet against Geno Smith. I don't know why. If it was his time with the Jets. But finding a way to get it done. I think as of right now, Sam Bradford with the Vikings, damn, they look good on both sides of the ball. I felt bad. I saw a tweet that Bradford hurt his knee and he was having to get it looked at by the training staff. And then I never really heard anything else about it. So I'm guessing he went back in the game. But and I called him Sam Bradford. What the hell is his real name? That's not Sam Bradford. God damn it. Who's playing Vikings quarterback right now? But him and Geno Smith, both 3-0. And, man, I mean, if you're sitting there and you're a Jets fan, I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers. You got to be feeling pretty damn good for where you're at. But you got to be wondering, like, what the hell was going on? What the hell is going on? Why couldn't they, squeeze anything out of them? I understand that Geno probably lost the locker room when he got punched in the face. And the guy broke his jaw. His own teammate did that to him in the locker room. That was not a good way to start out your rookie season, especially in New York. But, man. All right. Is it or it is. Let's have a week. Let's see what's going on out there. And peace out. See you guys down the road. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We are in the car. It is Saturday. It is almost a little less than 24 hours away from the 49ers kicking off against the New England Patriots tomorrow. This is the game at home. Let's tell you the truth. The Patriots really haven't impressed a lot of people other than their new run game that they've got. They really have not been passing the ball. They haven't been really blocking for their quarterback. They're actually, I think, going to be starting their rookie, which could be good news because our defense as of right now is a little banged up and it's a little hurt, especially that defensive line. We still got Nick Bosa out there. Last week it came out that he had hurt his rib. He was still game time decision, and he ended up playing for us. He had that big fumble sack that turned the ball over, but we just weren't able to hold on to the lead, and it just wasn't our day. The next one. I guess he's probably going to rub it into me that the Rams beat us last week, but we got to put that in the past.
At the light,
tomorrow,
use the second lane from left to turn left onto Mather Field Road.
With us playing at home, we got to find a way to just come out on top. We got to win this football game. Word as of now, it kind of sounds like George Kittle as well as Deebo Samuel are both going to play. They practice on Thursday, and everything looks to be good. This needs to be one of the games that we just go out and we just take over. We just improve on our offense. Brock Purdy, he's made a few bad throws. The offense hasn't been running that great, but we just got to use the Patriots as we just got to every once in a while you just got to go out there and you got to beat somebody up. Start having things just roll into motion, and then then it just takes off from there. I remember a few years ago the Niners started out the season, first 6 games 3-3, and then I think they won like 9 in a row. And that's just what we got to do. I mean, we just got to put the pedal to the metal and take advantage of what we got and go. I mean, people know this team is good. Now, Thursday at practice, Kyle Shanahan and Brandon Ayuk, they had a little bit of a flame up that a lot of people were talking about, saying that Brandon Ayuk was having a temper tantrum, basically that they were told to wear black shorts, he wore red shorts. I watched the video. I don't think it was as bad as people made it out to be. I didn't even really see Brandon Ayuk really throw a temper tantrum in my mind, but he did have to take his shoes off. I'm not sure if they brought him a pair of black shorts to change into, if he was able to take his shorts off and turn them around, but there definitely was a moment out there on the field when he was just basically standing out there in his drawers.
Then use the right lane to keep right to merge onto US 50 West.
I'll tell you the truth. If there was a moment to start out,
use the right lane
the DVD
to keep right, to merge
of
onto
how
US 50 West towards Sacramento.
how the 49ers fell apart, it's probably going to be that clip right there. So hopefully we can improve off of what that is. I'm sure that it doesn't matter what team you're on, doesn't matter what player you're on, if your coach comes up to you and says basically that you got to change your shorts, and he wants you to do it out there on the practice field in front of everybody, reporters, I'm sure there were some fans there, the coaching staff, the player staff.
Take exit 6B toward Fresno and CA 99
I'm sure you're going to do it, but I'm sure you're not going to be happy about it. But, you know, yeah, that sucks. We just got to go out there. Let's beat up on the Patriots and take advantage of them not being a very good football team and get rolling from there. Because, you know, basically, that's just what we got to do. We got to win tomorrow. I'm not going to say that it's a must win, but teams that are favorited to win the Super Bowl, they don't start 1-3. Just don't do it. I know the Bengals, they haven't had a really good record, but you know they've had a really hard schedule. The Ravens, same damn thing, and I'm sure their fans, they're not making excuses. They're just looking for a way to fix it and get it going. But this early in the season, you got time to fix it. It's later on in the year. You know, we kind of got lucky. We hit that skid last year where we lost 3 games in a row when we had some injuries. We lost to the Vikings, Browns, and the Bengals. But, you know, we were able to recover and especially get healthy before the playoffs and make our run. So that's what it is. We got to find a way to get back on top. Us being in last place in the NFC West, it's not a spot that we're used to, not a spot that we're going to get used to, and not where we're going to be for long. So let's fix it against the Patriots. Peace out. Touchdown, Greg Kittle. We had to deserve that one. I mean, we really put the boots to the Patriots on that drive, and due to the refs, some ticky-tack bullshit, we threw 3 touchdowns on that drive. We're only going to get credit for 1. What a day. Basically, we said we needed to go out there and just basically kick the shit out of the Patriots, and right now we're doing it. We got Moody with 2 field goals, Greg Kittle with the touchdown, and then we had Fred Warner with a pick 6. Defense looking exceptional. They were able to strip their running back, which is basically like the best player on their team as of right now. I would have loved to get a touchdown on the first drive. Would have loved to get a touchdown on the second drive. We didn't get TDs right there. I really thought that Debo was going to get in there on that first one. But the Niners look really, really good right now. We're up 20-0. There's 3 minutes left in the second half. As I am making this video and as I am uploading it, New England, they might be able to do something for the half, might be able to get, drive down, get a field goal or something like that. But the way the Niners D looks right now, we look exceptional. I mean, that's about the only way to put it. Everything is going right. I need Brandon Ayuk. He caught a ball early in the first. Went on a good little drive with the ball. Doing what Brandon Ayuk does, and that's yards after the catch. But I mean, after the 2 years he's had, I just don't think he's our secret weapon anymore. Damn good receiver. Glad he's on our team. But, they know what to do with him pretty much. And it's going to have to be, if we keep getting games like this, maybe they'll let off and they'll forget about it. But let's just keep doing what we're doing. Spread the ball around. Jordan Mason, great run down the field. Took that touchdown back. But, we'll keep doing it. Let's just remember last week, we looked great in the first half. Let's go into halftime, and let's just pound the football, run the clock down, not make mistakes, not let New England back in this game. So let's learn from last week from that Rams game. Just keep pedal to the metal. Not going to count our chickens before the eggs hatch. But let's go 2-2. So we can see what's going on with the following week with the Cardinals. I'm looking way ahead right now, but I ain't scared of Kyler Murray. I'm a little scared of Marvin Harrison Jr. But let's go. Let's get that winning record back. We got to go in a half, make our game plan. We got to come out, punch them in the mouth, run the football, run that clock down, and let's go. I mean, Purdy, throw the ball to Brandon Ayuk. I dare you. Please, right now.